more feminine. In theory, I'm a pretty feminine person on the outside, sometimes, but at my current core, I feel like I'm a lot more rough around the center than I could be. What I mean by that is I would like to start embracing the softer side of me, if there is any under there. I'm only toying around. We all have that mystic serenity inside of us. We just have to figure out how to let her out.
What is feminine energy? It stems when you start being and stop doing, to soften whatever is already at your core so it will rise to the surface, which is your outer or persona, letting confidence, emotions, and intuitiveness step out of you so you become magnetic to others. Thoughts in alignment with desire, the ultimate feminine woman.
Let's start off with the basics of femininity as we are trying to perceive it. There's light feminine and there's dark feminine. They can coexist, although I feel I fall more in line with dark feminine energy. But I am itching, almost fiending for the light.
Light feminine traits: intuitive, emotional, empathetic, peaceful, compassionate, intentional, soft, and willing. Dark feminine traits: mysterious, seductive, assertive, authentic, powerful, confident, and protective.
I just remembered that I have this. It was my grandma's and my uncle gave it to me for Christmas because he found like a bunch of her old like things and vases and trinkets and stuff, and it's so pretty. It looks just like the spring. To understand softness, to embrace solace, and to provide a more compassionate sense of certainty, I'm gonna open my journals and let it sneak out. Wait, shut the fuck up. They have a Twilight book in here. Literal oh my god, this is going so swimmingly. This is the most fun activity I think I participated in so long. I forgot how exciting it is to just let yourself do. Oh my god, and then your creativity just starts coming out and it's like the most, are you kidding me with the Twilight freaking plug? This is so sick. People really made fun of you for liking Twilight, and like I fell victim to it where I was like, yeah, I hate Twilight. And I'm just so happy that like as a society, women reclaimed our love for Twilight. This little freaking thing just made me so excited to see in a magazine. I had this like obvious obsession with Twilight, and there was a point where like you kind of had to be a little bit embarrassed to like Twilight. I mean, it is what it is. It comes with the territory, but like I think I might have donated my books during that era, or they're in my attic. I'll never know until I go through my attic one day, or I just rebuy the collection, which kind of blows, but I'm sure one of my friends or my cousins definitely still have theirs. I'm just hoping one day I find in a little public library all of the collection is there, and for some reason they were mine. down some light feminine journal prompts I think we can all learn from. So if you've got a pen and a paper nearby, I suggest you grab it.
What makes life seem easier? What are you most protective over? What makes you feel protected? How do you feel when you are complimented? How could the people around you support you better? How could you ask for this? When do you feel most beautiful? What makes you feel most aligned with yourself?
Well, if you couldn't tell, I'm kind of trying my best to dress the part of being soft. I didn't just do that for this video. I did dress like this because I've been making a bunch of TikToks on how I would dress or how I think blah 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 would dress from certain songs. So you know how there's like so many songs with girls' names written in them? I've just kind of been trying to toy my mind at the idea that these girls obviously are real people, and the way that the song makes me feel can correlate the way that I can curate something out of my closet. This is actually Olivia by One Direction. Beyond that, getting into the light feminine journal prompts, I did one of them that I would like to share with you. That one is, when do you feel most beautiful? I think this one's a really fun one to start if you don't know how to journal yet, because it's about you. Like, it's not anything crazy or deeper than that. It's just about you. You can name one singular thing, or you can let that one singular thing spiral you into a black hole of really fun adjectives and things about yourself. When do you feel most beautiful?
I feel most beautiful right before I take a shower. It's like your hair from days of not washing magically orchestrates itself to look divine right before you're about to soak it. The way my makeup sort of blends with the conversations of the day, it is as if it never looked better. If it's a no makeup day, I feel I always appear angelic. It's something in the mirror as soon as the tub water runs warm. It's something about the evening when I start to feel free. Unchained from the styles and the motions and the baggage that comes from old clothes, I always feel most beautiful when nobody is around to see.
And I thought that was nice, and it was airy, and it was kind of lovely. And you know, one of my best friends growing up, unfortunately we're not friends anymore, and I think that kind of sucks, but she asked me that once, and when I found this journal prompt, it like instantly reminded me of that one moment. She asked me this, and I told her that, and then she followed with, that's crazy because mine is right after I shower. I always feel most beautiful when I'm just like soaking wet and clean and like at my purest form. And I thought that was so beautiful, and it was like a very nice piece of, I guess, my lifetime with her. I just always thought that was really cool how opposite two people could be. There are still like these little things dragging around. Ask your best friend that today. I'm just curious to see their responses, and I'm sure you are too. And if you're curious, here's a bunch of dark feminine journal prompts as well.
What are you most passionate about? What makes you most angry? Is this something you would like to change? How could you channel anger to create change? Do you have shameful desires? Is the shame justified, or is it blocking you from your full potential? What makes you feel powerless? What makes you feel powerful?
Especially for those of you who feel like you need more power. Good boy. Gonna be easy? Easy. Thank you. So I've genuinely been toying with this emotion of wanting to be more soft. I feel like I've lived my entire life being like a hard ass bitch, and I think that's great. It's amazing. It's a quality that a lot of people cannot obtain. Sometimes I cry about it because I feel like it's an overwhelming emotion to always lead with assertiveness, like to always know that I am correct, or to always know that I am like on this path and like boom, 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 and like everything follows suit, and like whatever I say, everyone follows, and like sometimes it's like a hard little mental battle, and I just want to be led. I love the idea of like this soft, feminine, lovely trope that like people look to see like the light, and it's like, oh, what a glimmer of hope and sunshine and rainbows. And like, granted, I feel like sometimes, especially on this channel, because when I do like my witchcraft videos, I feel most at peace with that feeling, or when I'm walking in the woods and I'm just like, I'm just a girl and it's so sweet and pleasant. But I feel like I've just been battling like my inner core, and it, like, genuinely that's what I mean. Like my core feels so not per se rough. It feels, I don't want to say dark either, because I don't want you to interpret dark as like evil or dark as negative, because they are not synonymous in this sort of exercise. Dark meaning like powerful and not aggressive, but like assertive and mysterious and like rather confidently protective. Not that I don't want to be protected or I don't want to be mysterious. Like, I don't really think I'm super mysterious. But on the grand scheme of things, I think the parts that I really, really am seeking out of being like this light, soft lover girl, I think just like the intentional compassion is so awesome. I mean, I actually made my resolution this year to care less about other people's problems because I feel like I do get myself very involved in like my friends and relationships, and I feel like I'm always trying to help or to fix or to solve or to whatever, and like at the end of the day, like it's not my problem, and that's just like, it sounds not nice, but like I think sometimes just cutting the ties of that make everything seem more clear, and that's what I did this past year. It was a lot of like a learning curve and an exercise to be like, hey, I love that you're venting to me, I think it's great, but if it doesn't involve like you and I, or if it doesn't involve like a situation at which I will be a part of, I kind of can't hear it, because to me it keeps like it's clouding my own personal like journey. It's really nice because you have to like protect that innards of yourself, because I think I've let a lot of people, not that it's in a negative way, but I've let a lot of people drain my natural energy, and I've been very focused on that not happening this year. I've just been really happy to just focus on me. Once you get like engulfed in other people's emotions and their feelings, and then you feel for them and you feel bad for them, becoming like so super empathetic, which I feel like I've like tried to shed from me a lot in the past few years, because being an empath is very difficult. I do actually have a video on that, and I'll probably link that somewhere up here because I haven't talked about that in a really long time. So you must be thinking, how are you actually going to sustain this? Things I am going to incorporate into my life to tap into and feel my feminine energy. Focus on love and relationships. Pursue guilt-free pleasures. Change your limiting beliefs. Create and continue a beauty routine. Stop over-controlling. Start creative projects. Get out of your head and into your body. Listen to your intuition. Free-flowing dance movements. Allowing yourself to be led. And what comes with that is not criticizing how you are being led. Dress the part. Practice gratitude and boundaries. Now, I've got a lot more things up my sleeve, but I think it's best to see it in some moving pictures. Wear pretty dresses even if I have nowhere to go. Hum songs on walks. Listen to music outside of just the car and work. Try to bake and cook more. Finalize my bad nail habits. Taking care of my body better, like lotioning and Epsom salt baths. Acting more like Snow White and less like Maleficent. Soaking in nature and spending less time indoors. Letting kind thoughts take over. Speaking more sweetly to my boyfriend. Asking my girlfriends to talk more about girlhood and things revolving such instead of problems within relationships. Creating more artistic moments and spaces. Actually romanticizing my life. Pretending I'm in a rom-com daily. Cleaning up without a fuss. Smiling at myself in the mirror. Staring at the moon. And frolicking under the sun. I know that was a mouthful, but it's one that I am hopeful to swallow. I'm excited to step into softness because my hands were getting rather rough. I hope yours ease up as well.
She dances with her demons, turning pain into poetry and darkness into art. She is a woman, not a machine, not designed to be constantly optimized. She learns to prioritize rest, pleasure, and play, having the unconditional permission to relax without guilt, apology, or feeling the need to earn it. We shall all become.